Liberty Life Unlimited Films. Title: Post-Surgery Rap Session on the Why. Date: Redacted.
Well, look who it is. Liberty Life Unlimited. How are we doing?
Woo! We're doing great.
Why are we great?
We are great because we just performed our very first mid-flight surgery, and it went flawlessly. We made history today.
Woohoo!
That's right, we did.
Okay, but why did we do it?
For fame.
But no one is going to know about it.
For money.
But we paid for it out of our own pockets.
Because we can. Ha 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 ha.
Good enough reason as any, I suppose.
Are you trying to be obtuse, Deidre?
No, David. I think we need to say the why. Of all the tapes we've made, over all the years we've done this, we've shown the who, what, where, when, and how in excruciating detail. But not the why. Never the why. We know deep down why we did it. But there really is something so historic about this moment. We need to say a why for once, don't we?
Daphne, did you slip Deidre something by accident? Or on purpose?
Ha ha ha. Oh, Daniel.
No, Daniel. I think Deidre's right. Honey, you're totally right. It's almost malpractice on our parts for not including a why this whole time. But the why is just implied, isn't it? The who, what, where, when, and how together imply the why, don't they? Aren't we muddying things up with a why? Maybe that's the real malpractice.
Ha ha ha. Maybe.
What do you think, Daphne?
I think Deidre's right. I may be biased, but I think she makes a great point. If we really are making history, we should not be leaving any room for conspiracy. Let's tell it exactly how it is. Did you hear that, Daniel? Tell it how it is.
Haven't we given enough already?
Come on, Daniel.
All right, you're right. You cannot malpractice health without a why. But you can sure malpractice history without one. I see what you're saying. So, why do we do this again?
Ha 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 ha. Daniel, you know you're on camera, right?
I was just testing you to make sure you knew. You know, Deidre is right. We've never done this on camera before. We've been avoiding the whys. Why is that? Ha ha ha.
Why is the secret? It's the mystery. It's what ties it all together in a nice little bow. It's what no one really needs, but everybody wants.
Whoa, yes, it's true. You almost don't want to touch the why for worry of messing it up. But it really is what it's all about. Deidre, you're absolutely right. And for that, you are absolutely wrong.
Ha ha ha. So who wants to be the one to mess it up? On camera. Who has the confidence and the character to see this why through? It's a doozy.
Okay, I'll try.
Ooh.
And by I mean we. I'll start, but we can all just chime in as we see fit, like we do for everything else.
Ha ha ha.
Okay. Everyone is an expert in themselves. Ah, yep. Great start. And that's all I got. Ha ha ha. Great finish. Really, though, I cannot think of a better, more succinct why than that. anymore, and it might get muddy. Well, yeah. I mean, as medical experts, we know an awful lot about how people work and don't work. But it's only because people alert us with their own exceptional expertise that we're able to do it. The patient truly is the only one who can know what they need. We are just here to get them where they need to go, a little quicker than they would on their own. Can you tell I've thought about this long and hard?
But how does that make us any different from the rest of the medical monsters out there? They could say the same thing. They would say the same thing to justify just about anything, couldn't they?
True. Daphne?
Well, yeah, but we go out of our way to educate every patient on the true origin of the symptoms they report and the process by which we go about alleviating those symptoms. We try to help them understand how those symptoms may have resulted in the first place. They become an even greater expert in themselves, and we ensure that we do not take over their own expertise any more than we have to. We even try to inform and encourage them in never having to see us professionally ever again.
Great points, Daphne. Perfectly put. Everyone intuitively feels they are an expert in themselves, but don't have the time, resources, or know-how to put it all into words or practice. We know people who have been to a doctor a handful of times in their life and never for anything serious. Now, if they aren't experts in themselves, I don't know who is. But I see where Deidre is coming from. In the hands of a medical monster, one of these expert patients might start to feel their personal expertise slowly get chipped away. Soon they're on medication, then medication for the side effects of the original medication, all because I don't even know what.
David, remember those few cases where there wasn't anything physiologically wrong with the patients? We concluded that they essentially thought their way into feeling, instead of the other way around. They searched for the symptoms they wanted and felt their way through to the conclusion they had already set for themselves. And guess what? That is exactly what the medical monsters are doing as well. Talk about not being an expert in yourself.
I've never thought of it that way, but you're so bang on. It's frightening. It's like the perfect storm of doctors being experts in patients and patients being experts in doctors, and neither of them have any expertise in themselves. They go around looking for each other, and of course they're going to find each other, and of course they're going to feed into each other's delusions and absolutely destroy each other in the process. Wow. That got dark fast. But you're so right. I almost don't want you to be right. And I'm trying to think of how you're wrong, and I can't. And that's even more terrifying. This is all your fault, Deidre. Poking around for a why. You are a troublemaker.
Well, putting our historic mid-flight surgery aside, though it was absolutely profound and incredible, isn't the why always going to be a little more historically significant? When you are sitting back on your last day, are you really going to be rolling through the whats and hows? Or will you be wondering why? Why did I live my life this way? Why didn't I do it differently?
Deidre, no joke, I'll probably be thinking of all my greatest lays.
Ha ha ha. And the true why comes out. Didn't take much tape. Seriously, Daniel?
Hey, what can I say? I am man, I am flawed, and I don't know why.
Spoken like a true medical monster.
Ha ha ha. Daphne. Honey.
You ain't getting nothing tonight. Not with that attitude.
What? Honey.
If you're such an expert on your greatest lays, why don't you go think about your last one behind that tree over there and spare us all your malpractice?
Hey, come on. Cheers to us. Cheers to finding each other. Cheers to knowing our whys. Cheers to everyone being expert in themselves. Cheers to all those